is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Tales of a Geek podcast. This is episode 5, and I'm going to start by apologizing to everybody. This episode is coming up late. It should be an episode every Saturday, but been busy with other stuff. But here we are with a new episode, and today I'm gonna be running it solo. That's why you're gonna see that the episode's a little bit short. It's gonna be around 20 minutes or so, but we're still gonna be informing here. So today I decided to change a little bit of the dynamic, and instead of talking about the Steam Deck or the Nintendo Switch, which are typically the main topics of focal point of this podcast, we're actually gonna go into the conversation to a device that is coming up really soon, and it's called the Razer's Edge. So the Razer's Edge is Razer's handheld, quote unquote, you can say, competitor, of their interpretation of this type of device in the market. We have things obviously like Logitech trying their own thing with the Logitech Pro. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it's called. But it really underwhelmed. Obviously, the Logitech was more focused into what the streaming side was about it, like the Xbox X Cloud, and all of that front. But seeing what we at least know from this device, this looks more like a phone that I give me an handheld, and I'll show you guys why. So let's get right into it, right? So as you can see here, we see that the Razer Edge, right, right here, as you can see in this image, real quick. These guys have the Kishi V2 Pro, if I'm not mistaken. These guys right here. So these guys are like an accessory that you typically buy from Razer, and you typically just add it as an extra attachment to your phone. So that way it's more of like a Switch type experience for your phone, like when you play xCloud or maybe even Call of Duty Mobile and all those type of experiences. But here, it actually comes with the device itself, is already pre-installed, and it's actually a detachable accessory, which is an interesting aspect to take on it. And when you can see the picture here, this is pretty much a tablet. Like, I know a lot of people, right, rad about the Switch when it first was announced, that it was just a tablet with two controllers on the side, or even the Logitech, right? But this is literally a tablet. This is this is literally what you see is what you get. What you buy is what you get. As you can see, pretty simply, this guy's gonna be running Android 12L. It's gonna be obviously being stocked with those Google services, apps, that being like Gmail and all that. But key factor about that will be that he has access to the Google Play Store. So let's take a quick roundup of specs and price. This guy's gonna be around $360. That will be the 5G aspect of it. That will be carried by Verizon, or $400 for the Wi-Fi adoration of it. It's also going to be having a 144 Hz display. That will be the refresh rate of it that this guy's going to be having. It's going to be an OLED display. So it's going to have like an OLED type display like the Nintendo Switch, not like the LCD of the Steam Deck. It will be a 6.8 inch little tablet here. Again, 144 Hz refresh rate. And compared to the Logitech, is 60. So this guy doubles the refresh rate of the Logitech. Now, one thing that I'm actually already analyzing here is, why would you need 144 refresh rate on this type of device, right? I see a lot of people maybe running maybe something like Genshin Impact. That could be interesting, right? Or even Call of Duty Mobile, or even Apex Legends, or Diablo Immortal. Like, keep in mind, guys, the mobile market has evolved a lot in the last couple of years, and we can play experiences very considerably, you could say, level to a console level experience on your phone nowadays. Phones right now are like, some phones are stronger than the Switch. So I feel that this is not gonna be like the worst thing in the world. I think it's gonna find its niche, and I think it's gonna find its usage. But let's keep going. Here's a better image for you audio listeners. Sorry for this, but there's the little image of the display as well. Again, it's gonna be running Android 12. means you're gonna have the Google Play Store. Now, why the Google Play Store is important? Because here you can access Xbox xCloud. You can access PlayStation. I think it's called PlayStation Pro or Plus, which is the streaming service of it. You can access GeForce Now. You can also access Steam Link. So you can basically play all those games through the cloud on this device. But the Google Play Store gives obviously the emulation aspect of it. Now, I don't know if this guy's gonna be a really good emulator. Based on specs and obviously in terms of like screen and all those factors, yes, it's gonna be good. But in terms of, I would say, raw specs, I don't see this guy really pushing that much. Let's go directly to the Razer's official website. This guy's gonna be powered by a Snapdragon G3X Gen 1. So that will be the first ever generation of that type of chip inside of this type of device. Obviously, it's gonna be carried by Verizon. Let's see what we can find. Obviously, it's gonna be touch. Obviously, as you can see, the main point is to put it with xCloud. It's gonna have, for what I can tell, it's gonna be powered by the Razer Nexus app, by the way, guys. So you will have to download this proprietary app on the Google Play Store or App Store to at least have some functionalities and access it. That's very interesting. So to give you guys a rundown of the specs, to be more precise, that will be a Quantum Snapdragon G3X Gen 1. It will have a 6.8 LCD OLED display, 144 Hz. It's going to have 8 GB of RAM LPDDR5. So it's going to have DDR5 RAM. So that's quite interesting. That's good. That's super good. That's top of the line. You know, we're not talking about DDR3 or that type of spec that you maybe would assume, but actually DDR5. We're gonna have an internal storage of 128 gigabytes. And yes, it's actually upgradable. You can actually buy a micro SD card and expand it. It's an expandable storage, so that's a plus. It's gonna have a two-way speaker. Obviously, it's gonna have a headphone jack. It's gonna have a front-facing camera. Now that's what I'm pushing with. This guy's a phone. This guy's not a handheld. That's interesting. It's gonna have a 5 megapixel front camera, which is not good at all. It's not good. It's gonna have a 1080p camera, for what I can tell in terms of video quality, and then 60 FPS in terms of the output of that video. Okay, it's gonna have 5,000 milliamp power battery. Okay, that's decent enough. It's gonna have Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, USB-C, and obviously the headphone jack. Wow. Okay, what can you expect on the packaging? Well, if you buy the base tier, you're gonna expect the device and the Razer Kishi V2 Pro. So yes, guys, I will say that you should expect this to be a phone and not a handheld device. You should buy this with that mentality. You shouldn't buy this with the mentality of just being like your next Logitech or your next Steam Deck. This is like your next iPhone or your next Pixel. This is how you should see this type of things. Let's go to the now we're gonna take a quick look on the Verizon page here real quick, and as you guys can see, the Razer's Edge is gonna be with 5G plans distributed. Let's see, I think I can find for you guys. I think the plan is around $10 if you get it through Verizon. You pay $10 a month, just in case you guys were wondering about that type of price factor and how it's gonna work in that sense. It's also interesting that Xbox is promoting this device on their website. Obviously, they're trying to push Game Pass. So it's interesting that we can see that Xbox's mentality of how to tackle the handheld market, right? It's through these streaming services, and streaming devices like the Logitech or the Razer Edge. Right? You could argue Sony's version of this is that they just port their games to Steam and then they deck verify them, and that's it. That's how they basically are able to have their games available on a handheld device without them worrying about that handheld device. However, Xbox's case is a little bit different. They take the approach of just utilizing other manufacturers' handhelds, but utilizing them in the streaming side. They want you to actually, use that streaming service, and obviously that plan type of Razer's Edge, I think, will be like the best one maybe for this type of concept, because then if you are on the go, you can actually play these games like they are trying to push it to the customer. You are in this corner and you can play them. I also think that the Wi-Fi version of this device is not actually appealing, and let me explain you why. Again, it's a phone. You would want to have at least 5G connectivity on this device, so that way you can utilize those phone aspects of the device, like the messaging. Like we can see on the images, there's actually a messaging app on this phone, and it has Google Photos and everything. So you can expect that maybe you can put an eSIM at least on this device, and it would actually work as your phone. Like, that is a very interesting thing, but I don't think the marketing has never expressed that type of concept into obviously the sorry, the console, the device itself. It has never been marketed as a phone. It's always been marketed as that type of device. Let's take a quick look, closer look on that Razer Nexus mobile app and see what it's all about, really. I'm trying to see if I can actually get a closer look on that, guy. So here we are on the Google Play Store app, and I guess that this guy, the app is gonna help to customize controllers. It's gonna help to map the controllers on the back, and even modify any type of movements that you as a player want to modify. So if you want to change the controllers and your button layout and everything, you need to download this app in order to be applying that, for what we can tell. And let's see. It's also gonna let you live stream. So maybe that can be a device that can be actually utilized for live streaming. For what I can tell, is only Twitch. YouTube, not Twitch. So it has GeForce Now. Obviously, it has Game Pass. It actually has an image of Fortnite. So that could be interesting if Fortnite can be available to download the device. That could be a good Fortnite machine for you guys. I really see this as a Genshin Impact machine, if I'm frankly honest, or maybe like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, or maybe like an Apex Legend or Diablo Immortal type machine. Quick look here at their YouTube video and see how the marketing actually presents. I'm gonna be showing that video for you guys here on the screen. But yeah, there's really not a lot more to really diverse here in terms of what the device is. We can now like maybe focus more on the speculation aspect of this device, and it's a weird device. Do we need this type of device? I don't think so. I feel that this is just an experiment. The Razer, one of Razer's experiments. They are just trying to just push their thing to the market, right? Logitech did it, so they went like, hey, if Logitech did it, why we can't do it ourselves? So that is pretty much the mentality that I see on that aspect, really. And it's weird. It's just weird, honestly. It's just weird to see this. I don't feel that they should be pushing this at all. It's just $50 more expensive than the Logitech. And yeah, there's really not a lot more I can say. And if I keep going, just gonna keep repeating myself, guys, and that's not the point of this, right? That's not the point. But this is where then you guys come in. What do you guys think about this device? Are you guys interested in it? Are you guys looking forward for it? Are you guys even planning to buy it? I did reserve it, I'll say that, but I don't know now because this is just a phone. So I don't know. I have my good phone here. Does perfectly fine. No problem whatsoever. But what do you guys think? What are you guys looking for? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and we're gonna keep pushing those podcast episodes. And we are also I'm gonna be doing almost every day, at least a short of any quick news from the handheld market and the handheld news. So keep an eye on those guys as well, guys. All right, I'll see you later, and thanks for watching.